Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Circle One Tags Invitational Championship at Whispering Pines Disc Golf Course, where we are joining play in the third round of stroke play. For the final three participants, will determine our 2025 champion. I'm joined on the mic today by Matty Ice, Big Al, and Lauren.
How we doing?
Yep.
Hello.
And we're coming to you live from the course.
So our participants today, we have Jim coming in at third seed after the invitational determination of seed. Dickey coming in at 6, Matt coming in at 12, so we will have one round of stroke play
Here
to
they
determine
are.
our winner.
Hole 1, we got a par 3, 173 feet. For your righty backhands, this is going to be a big natural backhand hyzer. For your forehand specialists like Big Al, you're going to throw something flippy.
Really want to be landing your disc here to give yourself a reasonable putt. Very hard to access the basket if you're using just the sky to get there. Typically ground play will do the trick.
First up off the tee, Matty
Ice.
Throwing pyro backhand.
Woo!
That will work out
Smooth.
just fine.
Solid first drive.
Next up, we got Jim. What was that, a glitch?
I want to say that's a watt.
I think that's his watt.
Yeah.
And he's
then
nice and
followed
parked.
by Dickey, who is probably throwing what we said. The
To,
destroy.
it looks like he's throwing to
No, that's
Mullica Hill
backhand.
right there. That is a overthrow. Luckily, a tree hit checks him up. Gives it a pretty aggressive run. Gonna leave himself with a bit of a tester coming back.
For birdie.
Nice for the birdie.
Cash.
Easy.
Starting
Day.
off strong. We got to remember, it was ice cold out there during this day. We were freezing. Temps were low.
Ooh.
And that's a bogey.
All right, Jim.
Jim taps out his birdie. Dickey will take his bogey. Moving into hole 2, par 3, 105 feet. Severely elevated, playing as an island today, so anything not up top on this mezzanine level will be played from the drop zone. You can see the basket perched upon about a 4-foot tall polyurethane object.
Matty Ice leading us off.
Going forehand. Zone.
Ooh,
Right
off
off
the
the
tree.
tree.
Did not make the island.
And that's going to be a drop zone
To
putt.
the DZ.
Off the
Jim?
shed. And rolls out.
From the tee, that one almost looked like it had a chance to redirect
It
into
looks
the
so
basket,
good. It's a
but
shame.
finds OB. Dickey taking a very conservative approach, leaning up against the shed here, give himself a bit of a straddler.
Drop zone putt.
Oh,
Just short.
Good bid.
Jim with the putt. Lays it up.
Wants nothing to do with it.
Will he tap it out?
Oh no, I think that was smart because then he could have done something silly and rolled out.
Oh my.
Struggle woes
It's
continue
there.
for Dickey. He'll take a par.
On to hole 3. This is a par 3, 145 feet.
Slightly downhill, you have mess on both right and left. Any errant tee shots will be played typically from a bird pen's nest or a cage. We do have a bench here on the right, but you typically want to keep this one nice and low. A little bit obstructed as you approach the basket. Some guardian trees here on your right, but if you can get the disc on the ground at around circle 2, you should filter yourself to the basket.
And you don't want to go long as there is OB.
First up, we got Dickey.
It's a solid looking backhand out of a forehand predominantly player. So that's pretty good confidence coming out.
Another forehand predominant player throwing backhand. Just not as well. Big Jim's calling.
Ooh.
Jim catches early, common landing spot for early releases.
Berg in the hand.
That's a nice shape. Chop forehand. That should get him up to probably about 15 feet.
Yeah, because this green is downhill slope, it plays pretty fast. So anything you chuck in there kind of can scoot away from you.
Dickey trying to salvage his birdie here. Gives it a run. Just a little bit off.
Jim's got a tough putt here. He's got to go between all these squiggly guys.
Yeah, this is somewhat uncomfortable. Jim taking his time. That's tough, particularly when you're that close to the basket to have to concede a
Great
stroke.
framed up shot
I
there.
was going to say, that's a good shot.
Easy
I wonder
putt.
who did that. All right, hole 4, par 3, 142 feet.
So this one's our first water hazard. As you cross the bridge, there is water beneath you, obviously. The drop zone is at the end of the bridge. Your common miss is on the left here early. Anything that is too far right typically is hard to retrieve as we approach the basket. The green does open up, leaving you a bit of a margin for error on the right. Typically, as you approach the basket, anything on the left becomes an obstructed putt.
And we are leading off with Dickey, but he just goes way too fast, so we missed his initial shot there. We apologize.
Matty Ice throwing way long, going all the way up to the bridge there. It's going to be an obstructed putt.
It's a common theme you see at this course. A lot of overthrows. Holes are so short, demanding that often a little bit too much juice is pretty regular. Jim got himself a pretty interesting look here over the stump, down tree. And that's a clean look. That was pretty solid.
Just over the top.
That was a tough putt.
Very obstructed back there.
Comebacker.
Nice.
Cashed it.
Solid work.
So Gagwell pars there. Moving on to hole 5. First par 4 of the course. 287 feet, so relatively short. Arguably your toughest look off the gap, off the tee here. We have quite a narrow gap to take. Typically thrown forehand, but if you do have a somewhat understable disc, you can throw backhand. If you are landing here, typically off the tee, you are setting yourself up well for a up and down, which would take bird. Anything that moves to left or to right really closes off any good entrance. The drone will fly through the primary gap, and you see your basket approach here. It's kind of a crashing land zone. It does fall off significantly after the basket.
Scores right now, Dickey even, Matty Ice even, Jim +1.
He's got a Firebird.
He's dangerous with this Firebird in hand.
Does it get through?
Gets
And
low.
he
It
Gets
does.
through.
That's not a bad spot.
Yeah,
Not at all.
I think he'll like that spot.
Matty Ice.
I think I'm throwing servo
Yeah, that's
here.
the servo for sure.
And that one's getting way
And
down
that-
there.
That was.
Where is
Where are we at? Oh,
Oh,
there it comes
and
in.
that is ideal.
Nice.
We're up there.
That
That'll
is
that'll be a
money.
look for eagle.
It's not so fun in there in the summertime,
she
though.
got?
So.
Absolutely not. It gets thick in the summer.
Dang.
Jim gets a little turned over on
Yeah.
that.
But he
Forehand.
finds himself a line.
Yeah, this is in Jim's wheelhouse, this upshot.
And he
And
nails
Eric almost gets hit.
Darn near injures the catch cam, Eric.
By the way, shout out to our catch cam,
What's he got,
Eric.
purples
We
on it?
really appreciate all his work.
Big Al also serving double duty with the catch cam. Got a lot of
yeah.
good shots. Bring you the action today. Dickey with a zone forehand in. Looks like he should have at least a 25 or so foot look.
Matt trying for the eagle here.
Got the look.
Looks relatively open.
Give it a bid.
Downhill
Oh,
basket.
let's ring
Line
it
looked
back.
right.
I think yes.
Oh,
I remember that one.
In slow mo, even. Let's go.
That's what it looked like in person.
Oh, good bit.
Stress-free 3 never harm anybody.
Easy.
Okay.
Dickey getting the putter back under control. Starting to look pretty confident in the stroke.
And Jim's going what for a birdie here? Yeah.
Yeah, so this is Jim's
Not
three.
so fun to land there.
This is the second or third hole where Jim's got a bit of awkward stance or disruption in his putt, but he's an experienced player. He takes his time.
And it's his birdie.
Yeah, I respect that about Jim.
Cash.
You're not going to find him rushing himself or making self-inflicted errors. Moving on to hole 6, par 3, 167. Another tight gap coming out. First available tree hits are extraordinarily common on this hole. It is a very typical backhand, righty throw with a somewhat slightly understable putter. If you can find yourself fading at that tree, you have a look at the basket.
Forehand's the way to go.
Al would know. This is his favorite hole to ace.
Small tee pad. Definitely shapes up for a standstill forehand.
Diggy with another Firebird.
Dicky sneaks in there.
He's dangerous with that
That's what I'm
Firebird.
saying.
Matty Ice.
What you got?
I think I'm throwing tempo.
It's gotta be. Yeah.
It's always a tempo.
Oh, yeah.
And
Gets
Nice.
caught up early,
a little short.
but edges C1.
You make those. We'll see.
Jim with his watt, right?
I think so.
Yeah, it's a lot.
He
That's the
kicked,
kind of shot
he
that-
kicked right.
Feels good out of hand, but there is a tree on the right side that if you turn a little too hard, you constantly get knocked.
But this
Chip shot.
approach shot, this chip shot's money. Sets up nicely for a clean par. Dicky with the birdie putt. And he hits it.
That was a good putt. Tester.
Matty Ice like, I got this.
Drained it.
Slow cam.
Yeah.
Yeah, run that back.
Yep.
We're starting to hit a little momentum here.
Uh-oh. Look at these two.
You can see the
And then she
tension.
carries into the next hole.
Heading to.
Hole 7, par 3. 155 feet. This one today is playing to an island green. A lot of trees lining the fairway. For our forehand players, we're going to be throwing maybe Anheuser approach, something that'll flatten out, land in the green. For our righty backhands, simple putter throw, hyzer backhand, land up in the circle, take your birdie.
And
Dicky off the tee.
You'll be going backhand. And does he get through?
Threw it nice and low. I think
He
it
got
slid up
through.
and got right up to the
I think
basket.
he set up nicely there.
There goes forehand.
Going this Annie line.
And I think he goes out.
And I think I'm OB.
Oh,
Island missed again.
Drop zone putt.
Jim.
A little early out the hand for Jim.
He
Gets
knew
another
it.
drop
He
shot
just
up on
walked
the
away.
shrub.
He goes,
It's not over.
Tricky putt to run here.
Ooh.
Had to give it a healthy bid. Jim. Laying up again.
yeah.
Interesting
Smart play.
choice.
I don't know. This whole,
You could
I
go
think it's
OB
smart.
on that putt.
I
After
agree.
that.
Dicky
Definitely
taps in his bird.
intimidating.
That's Dicky's second backhand this round, and I was just very impressed with off the tee. Wonder if he's been kind of working on that in the offseason. Moving into hole 8, par 3, 150 feet. Quite a low ceiling here. I imagine this one would shape for a forehand, ideally playing as an island hole today as well. So anything just past this gnome you see on your bottom left, your island begins with the log line. It is perched up on a wooden box, a very hard guarded basket. If you miss the island, you are putting from the drop zone, which is framed up nicely by these branches on this tree.
Yes. It's a tough island to make.
Got a zone. Oh, that's a little stable. Yep. Early release.
And I don't think he gets in there.
That's
I'm
a
not
drop
sure
zone
he may.
putt.
I think that's a
might be
drop zone
putt.
coming.
Yeah.
Tempo.
Going tempo again.
And
Gets
he's
through.
in.
Maybe backside of the island there.
Think so.
Jim throwing backhand here. Slight turn on it. Maybe a little bit too much.
Think a little too.
Maybe headed to the drop zone. So this is Dicky first coming off the drop zone. You can see it's very guarded. Oh!
Shows how to do
Cashed it.
That's
Crushed it.
So that looked like a
Great
bit
par
of a
save.
tree direction in.
Well, you get big putter.
Well, yeah.
Oh.
And Jim says I'll take the clean route.
Checking to make sure, because I'm on the back side of the edge here, making sure I got my my meter off.
Yeah, there was just a little bit of discussion as to what is a meter. There's just a little bit of confusion as to how far Matt should bring it in. We were closing out the year, and I think Lauren was just trying to get the Raz of the year before we
That's
we
right.
closed out.
Had to get.
Zeki right off
See, even
Sorry,
there that day,
Matty Ice.
apparently he
I owe
was-
you.
the band. We got 3 pars on hole 8 there. Moving on to 9, another par 4, 188 feet. This one also has a low ceiling line. If you can play a nice righty backhand skipper. It's got some OB on the right side. If you're landing anywhere short in this general area, you got a little pitch up to the island. Not playing as an island though. Get your putt, take your birdie. Really nice birdie if you can get it.
Even an eagle shot every now and then,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, this is the kind of hole that if you tap in for par, you're kind of wondering what the heck I did wrong for your forward.
Scores at this point: Dickey -3, Matt
Usually
and Jim even.
I think he ended up in like that rhododendron back there.
Yeah.
For
Right.
some reason,
Interesting.
I'm throwing roller straight towards the out of bounds, and I
Ah.
get a miracle. We stayed
Miracle.
in bounds.
Yeah,
It
that
was so good to
there's-
see that disc stay in bounds because I
there's-
have no idea why I threw forehand roller there.
those logs are not very tall
And
either.
Jim hits it just like you should on that shot. Perfect.
To get up and down.
Hey, I think that's a great
Good
up and
layout.
down.
Yeah,
Great
that's
kick
nice.
off the log there. That'll give me a look. From the shrubs.
Is that a bird?
So Jim for his second. Giving it a bit of a run.
Smidge long.
You know, I've seen quite a few people go there and struggle to make that comebacker. That rhododendron is quite a pest to putt from. Typically doing it from a straddle, even if you are 10 feet out.
Dickey for his birdie? Yeah.
Yeah, it's for birdie.
for
Yeah.
And that's again, it
Like
looks
that
like
with the
Dickey's
birdie shot.
putter's kind of coming alive, getting a little more consistent. A little
Getting
more.
away with one there. Getting
Yeah,
away with a birdie there.
that was good. Good comeback.
There's a Jim for his, feels like his 15th obstructed putt.
Poor Jim.
Takes his time.
Cashes.
As
he's
he
a pro.
always does. Oh.
Hole 10, par 3, 165 feet. This one's a toughie. You are throwing straight over a water hazard, and you have a mandatory here.
A double mandatory.
Yeah, double
It's
mandatory.
that watch
double trouble. We got the watch, watch pedestrian sign, and we got the gnome on the right there that's been abused by many, many discs. Drill your frisbee straight down the line, and if you can skip off this bridge and in, you'll have yourself a nice ace. If you want, you can also lay it up and putt across the water. See how we play it. Dickey up first.
Another zone throw.
He's got a
Laid it up.
2-stroke lead going into the back 9, and he's playing the layup.
Not
I
a
think
bad
it's
play.
smart.
Yeah.
This hole
Smart
could
from
be
the
very
leader.
intimidating. Oh.
Matty Ice going for it,
Rolls
and
OB.
unfortunately
You'll-
finds the out of bounds.
You'll be met at the drop zone.
A lot of OB today
Oh, and
from
Jim
Matty Ice.
just missed that Mando to the left there, and oh, that was a beautiful shot though.
Dickey
Dickey,
chipping up and in.
he'll have a safe par putt.
Conservative and safe. From where's Dickey standing there, that's not the most routine throw. It's still about 45, 55 feet until you get to the gap, yet alone the carry for Wooder and then the basket. So it was pretty well executed in terms of the plan.
Going for a drop zone putt. Just a little bit to the right.
Replay there, yeah.
Couple more bogeys on the scorecard.
All right, coming into hole 11 today, playing as an island, par 3, 125 feet. Off the tee, it's pretty straightforward. Most people, it's a standstill putter throw, both forehand and backhand accessible. You will see that the island is lined by logs, cylinders, and the basket sits on top of a dump cart. Anything that's really ace run, pushes past the basket at chain's height, is going out of bounds. You'll play it as a hazard, so you'll tap in for a stress-free par, but we have Dickie here leading us off on hole 11.
So out of zone.
Does not make the island, so he will be thrown for hazard from there.
A little low out the hand.
Jim's throwing his glitch here, and this thing just looks like it's going to fade the whole time and just turns slightly the entire way and safely makes his way to the basket.
Getting up there into the island, but just outside near the shrubbery. Dickie for par.
Good run, though. So this is Matt's birdie putt. It's a little obstructed, straddling. Anything that fades, either forehand or backhand, off this hole at the basket does become somewhat tricky. You really kind of want to finish straight, not left nor right. All right, hope you're ready for some open field holes as we move over to our field holes. Hole 12, par 3, 264 feet. Both sides, left and right of the field in the tree line, are playing out of bounds today, so that becomes a little bit tricky as you get close to the basket. Wind occasionally on this hole will play fits with your disc, but if you're able to keep it in bounds, particularly in circle 1 off the tee, 264, you should have a look at birdie.
Jim leads us off here.
That's a volt. One of my favorites.
Giving it a little flex line.
Yeah, that's a good hard throw, particularly with the knowledge that the players were playing OB on the tree line. I think that that's a nice, safe, conservative, but also hard throw.
Going forehand here. Off balance. Turn the hips a little too early, and that disc does not find its way back in bounds. It gets stuck in a pile of leaves, and we're going to find OB on hole 12.
Dickie lining up his Firebird forehand. And you can kind of see that the players knew the OB was looming in their minds. I don't know that Dickie throws that shot normally, but nice upshot here. Approaches with a forehand, push a little bit deep of the basket.
You know, he got lucky there with that roll. He didn't roll on out to OB. Whew, he made me very nervous.
Wrote that one.
And Jim with his birdie putt.
It's a common look for any backhand righty that turns over a bit. It's kind of downhill, and you will get rollaways if you catch metal that doesn't cash.
And here you can see us discussing the unfortunate outcome of this OB stroke. Unfortunately, that disc never had a chance to come back in bounds. That felon did not want to be a felon that day.
Yeah, card mates are called over, and as articulated to the group before the round started, I think the determination by the three of them was the disc just wasn't in bounds. So Matt will take his meter, probably from about 40 or so feet, to save his par.
Heartbroken.
A little tough at this point. We're not too far off the leader, but we're keeping it together as much as we can.
Well, at least someone reminded you that you get your meter here.
And I got my correct amount of steps this
I
time.
mean, there was some tension there. That's all.
And are we clear on
Without
what a meter
razzing.
is? Is it 3 or 2 feet?
This was
was
a
a raz-
Raz-free putt.
This was a Raz-free putt. It
100%.
was. But we still
And outcome
miss
is the
it.
same. You hate to see it. Another bogey onto my scorecard.
So kind of a bit of a layoff there, kind of a delay in the action as the card kind of assessed Matt's lie. So it was kind of a moment before Dickie got to putt, and I think that might have got him as well. So he'll take his bogey as well. Moving into hole 13, second of the 3 field holes. Par 4, 360 feet. You want to push the distance as far as you can, as we will be going into the tree line here on the left. Anything that hyzers out for a righty backhand too early on the left is pinched off. You don't really have a good opportunity or look at the gap to access the basket. Anything turned over too far right does have the opportunity to choose either the gap that you're entering now that the drone is flying through, or up and over the brush that you will see on the right. Pretty common landing area for your number twos would be somewhat deep of this basket. Jim will lead us off here on hole 13.
Another volt throw.
And that looks really good.
I think we're going trail here, Proton Trail. Getting some Annie on there.
Yeah, got the turn. Gets the finish. And that looks right in line with the gap.
Another Firebird. Ridiculous.
Dangerous with a Firebird in his hand.
Rips it.
Gets turfed a little bit. I think the groundhogs were out.
Well, that's not a bad spot.
Not a bad spot.
He's right up where I am. We're looking down the same chute. His lie might just be a little bit better than mine.
Gets
It's
through.
at a great bit.
He juiced him.
Yeah,
Little long.
that's a bit pumped.
And see, I'm a little bit
What, you're a
closer.
little
That's
indecisive
I'm
with
with
that
my
one
range.
there, Matt, huh?
Little inside here. Had to go back for the switcheroo. Pull out the range. Yeah,
That looks right on the money.
That
And
was.
see one.
should
Good
make that.
approach.
This is a spot. If you have the distance and you can pump about 350 or so, you can kind of get yourself too close to this brush line. And you're going to need to be a little creative. A lot of people will putt from here. Jim's got a very creative Annie. And that looks like it's going to work out for Jim. He'll tap in for 3.
See a little fire in the back. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we had to. It was so cold, like Matt
Yeah, it was
said. It
cold that
was
day.
frigid.
We needed that.
It was about 10 days until Christmas, too, so everyone was kind of in the festive spirits, and we weren't going to be in a foul mood over some cold weather.
Dicky with the layup.
No, he tricked me there. I did not see that one coming.
Will we make it?
Birdie putt is cash.
That's right.
Last trying to make the comeback.
Hole 14, par 3, 210 feet. This is another one of our field holes. Just playing on forehand. Very simple. Pitch it up and land near the basket. Try and tap that in. Get your easy bird. For our backhand players, we're going to throw something maybe a little bit flippy, understable. Throw that on some Annie. Slide it up near the basket. It's sandy up there on the green. So it usually will catch the disc fairly well.
All right, so coming in 14, we got Dicky down 2, Matt down 1, Jim down.
One.
I think it was down
This hole is playing with OB on the right side, so anything that hyzers out with a forehand too early is going to catch the rough, and that will be the tree line OB.
Another Firebird.
Definitely didn't see that coming.
Yeah. Probably
Leaves
disc
it out
down
there a
on that
little
one.
bit. I'm going a little slower here. I'm throwing pyro.
And that looks based.
Yeah, it's going to be about 9 feet for the putt.
So Jim and Dicky are quite a bit off a ways. You will more than likely just be pitching up unless, yeah.
Yeah.
Smart.
Good bids from that distance, particularly to win.
Matty Ice with the birdie putt.
Line her up. Tap her
Takes
out.
advantage.
And I like where you landed there because you're on the high side of the basket, so you're kind of
Right.
looking down. It minimizes your rollways. So this is a
We're
bit of
headed
a
to hole 6. What? Yeah, we're at 16 now.
15.
Just kidding.
So it's a bit of a walk up to 15's basket. A little bit of time for players to catch their breath and think about where they're at and how close they are. Hole 15, about 200 foot, par 4. OB is anything that pushes to the field, so you do really have to play this one in sections. You don't want to bite off too much because you will inevitably hit a tree kick. Right, OB. If you can land here, you have an eagle look. Anything short of that still is a routine up and down for 3. Aggressive players will throw a Anheuser backhand that tries to run to the basket. Most forehands would have to be a turnover or a chop.
Going roller.
Hey,
Going roller. I had this workout in the semi-final round. Worked very well. Got me a nice, easy eagle. But today it does not work
Not so
out.
much.
Jim
Oh,
hits
poor
first
Jim.
throw.
That's not good.
Without
I've been
practice
there.
of
That's
that
tough.
shot, that's actually it's not a routine shot.
No.
It's
It's like the worst
downhill.
spot.
I know the camera doesn't do justice with the downhill, but it's downhill. It's very easy to grip lock that shot.
These tunnels are very tight.
Very tight.
Jim is up here by the shrub. He's got bird in hand and he's looking to the sky. This is dangerous.
Jim with the bird in hand is dangerous.
Found the line
Oh. Oh.
Wow.
and finds a way up to the green.
Jim just had to throw that 75 feet in the air to go 75 feet worth of distance. Quite impressive.
Dickie giving it a run. A little short. Tempo in hand.
Goes around. And
Oh, scaring the chains. Just a little short there. We all tap out there and move on to
That looks
16.
like a star frame.
16, par 3, 115. It's playing up this set of stairs through a couple tight little tree gaps. It is very tight and technical playing this hole 16. A lot of players are going to go Anheuser forehand and try and chop something up there. I've seen a couple backhand Heisers work their way up there. There's two main gaps. You're going to see one that plays through the trees here.
I think that was Jim,
And
yeah.
Jim's got his up there. And then another one that plays more on the left-hand side and up through the opening in the skyline.
with the tempo again.
Coming up a little short there. Not what I need on this hole.
It's got the line.
Gave it good height.
What did he throw there? What was that?
Threw something green.
Oh, wow.
Don't know what that is. And I've got this from my birdie look. Just did not give it enough. Dickie for bird.
Yeah, that
Gets it in.
Takes the lead.
All right, coming into our home stretch here, hole 17, very short, but somewhat technical par 3, 125 feet. It is extremely downhill, so you do have to kind of tempo and pace yourself and speed check. As you throw this for righties, it's typically a forehand that you need to unravel in the 125 feet. You can throw a backhand at it. I have seen it ace that way just by bullying the small pine tree right in front of the basket off the tee, but most folks are going to approach this with a routine forehand. So coming into 17, we got Dickie down 4, Matt and Jim down 3. So tight contest here coming into the last two holes. Jim looks like he's giving himself a putt there, maybe 15, 25 feet.
Little long, but he had great shape on that forehand. Let's see it. Let's see it
Yeah,
back.
bringing it back.
He's got great touch here.
Yeah.
Because this plays downhill, that disc gets away from you
Yeah,
quickly.
you could even putt out this basket from there if you want.
Trying to do the same thing that I seen Dickie do, and left it a little short outside. C1 edge.
Yeah, I imagine at some point these players are taking a peek at the scorecard, getting an understanding, getting an understanding of what they need coming into this putt and then the next tee shot. That's a good putt. Who lost that?
That was Dickie's
Yeah,
putt.
he needed that.
Dickie's
Dickie
birdie.
got the bird.
Especially going first.
There we go, slow mo. Yeah,
Solid work.
I like that angle.
for sure. He had some weird footing too. It's never easy over there.
Dickie was putting very well this day. He was making them. Those marbles were going in.
Ooh, keeps up with him. That was a good
Nice
putt.
stroke there from Matt.
Yeah.
And I get the birdie to still keep it within one.
Slow mo.
Oh, slow
Run it back.
mo.
That was good.
Nice.
Jim, keep up.
Looks about Jim's got about a 20-footer.
He makes these usually.
Yeah. It's slightly downhill from where he's standing. Takes his time, cashes it in.
Do a little slow mo
Look
for
at that,
Jim.
You can just see the tension.
Nice
Didn't
putt.
even watch his putt. That was
I
so
know.
rude.
How
A lot of
rude,
pride on the
Matt.
line.
Lucky he
like I
didn't
made
call you
mine.
on that
It's
walk
nice.
in.
It's nice to watch it in replay.
All right,
though.
reel us in. Hole
We've got
18.
we've got a one-stroke lead coming into the last hole. It's exactly how you drew it up. I'm sure the contestants are somewhat tight here. Par 4, hole 18, 305 feet off the tee. Very specific line. If you are laying up, it's a backhand. If you are going for the glory and you're looking for the eagle. It is a forehand pump that needs to fade pretty hard as you get to this concrete pile. Anything that gets cut down early in its prime is going to be a somewhat tricky upshot, as these guardian trees serve as good protection. You do have a stone barrier and some ramp and elevation behind the basket that will check your disc up. But this one is nice because there's typically spectators underneath of the basket, kind of watching things as we conclude. So, one stroke lead, Dickey -5, Matt and Jim -4. And that's a very confident throw from Jim off of 18.
Good solid backhand.
Yeah,
Gets
right
to
where you
a
wanna
good
land.
spot. Dickey again with the Firebird in hand. Dangerous.
Chooses standstill, gets a little turn on it, and I'm thinking that if he didn't hit tree there, that he was going to be a little bit pinched off, and that upshot isn't as favorable as it looks.
Knowing this, I had to go for it, and I did not get a good rip off the tee. Fortunately, that felon did not end up where I wanted it.
Going roller.
Going MD5 roller, I believe.
Bold play.
Or maybe
And I
resistor
think-
roller,
I
actually.
thought it worked
Yeah,
out pretty
This
well.
worked really well. For where you were at, that is
You're
somewhat
like just
Jim.
When
outside
you're
of
turning the
C2,
catch
right?
cam around, I mean, it's definitely a good sign, but it's going to be a very obstructed putt for the birdie over there.
So we got Dickey on his second, again, centered fairway, tree hit.
Just needs to get up and down,
Ooh.
and he
Makes
holds it.
Yeah, that's
Oh, man.
that had to feel good on Dickey's end.
And
wow.
He had to know that that was seal of the deal.
After hearing that pole hit, we knew it was over. Dickey was going to be crowned the C1 Tags
Just have to-
Invitational champion.
Throw it in there one more time with that.
Good missing.
Oh.
I
Such a good
imagine
shot.
that Dickey's breathing a sigh of relief at that point. That's a really tough, demanding shot to execute. That's really good on his part.
And this
Well
would
done.
be for second place for Jim if he threw it in. I
Yeah,
forget.
that was Jim's second. And I practice on that little fairway
But,
strip all the time and
he hit
routinely mess
early.
that up, so I empathize, Jim. Chop forehand, that'll be Jim's par.
There he is.
Champ.
All right, so Dickey taps out. He takes home the 2025 Circle One Tags Championship. As I said, it was right before Christmas, so that orange basket you're seeing is just a gift to the course. Wanted to shout out Stafford Woods. Appreciate the donations, making new holes in the future possible. This is Dickey saying something probably extraordinarily unhumble, just in case you know the guy. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, guys.